Welcome back to the Big Leagues podcast. The NHL playoffs start tomorrow. Just doing a quick bracket breakdown. Like this video and subscribe. Jumping right in here with Dallas, Vegas. Man, to me, these are my top two teams in the West. Vegas brought in Hannafin at the deadline, brought in Hurdle, brought in Mantha. They're just a gross team. They got Eichel. They got goaltending depth. I think this one goes 7. But I do think I'm going to pick Dallas. To me, they're just missing that top elite level, top 10 up forward. But other than that, they have all the foundation of a championship team. They got an elite goaltending. They got an elite number 1 D, good supporting D. They got 3 lines that can produce offense at a high level. And I like their 4th line too. They're just really well-rounded team, lots of depth. So I'm going with Dallas. And then we got Winnipeg, Colorado. This is another tight series. Colorado won the Cup recently. I don't think they have quite the same depth that they did back then. And Winnipeg, they got an elite goalie in Hellebuck, probably winning the Vezina this year. Scheifele, lots of scoring up front. Good defense, Morrissey's an elite defenseman. This is a tough one. I think I am going to go Colorado, though. It's just hard to bet against that top-end talent. McKinnon, probably him and McDavid are the 2 best players in the world, and McKinnon always lights it up during the playoffs. And then you add him to Rantanen and Makar, that's lethal. So decent supporting pieces there too. I think they will get it done, but that's a close one. Vancouver, Nashville. Vancouver's been a good team this regular season. I don't know if I quite believe in them as a top level playoff team, but I'm not big on Nashville this year. They've been kind of heating up at the end of the year, but I think Vancouver gets that one done. Then we got Edmonton and LA. This is a rematch of last year. Edmonton won in 6. I think I'd have to go Edmonton. I mean, they got McDavid, they got Draisaitl. I think that's enough to get it done. I'm gonna say Dallas in 7, Colorado in 7, Vancouver in 6, and Edmonton in 6. And I'll switch over to the East here. We got the Battle of Florida between Florida and Tampa. This is a good one. Both Tampa, they got that playoff pedigree, that experience. They got a lot of top-end talent. Florida, really good roster, gritty, tough. They made that run last year. I like both these teams. I'm going to lean Tampa in the upset here. I just think they're more of a playoff team, get them to the playoffs, and then that's when they're going to do their best. Kucherov's been lighting it up. I think they're going to rely heavily on that top 6 forwards. Their top 6 forwards are disgusting. Bottom 6, not quite as good, but I think the top guys are going to get it done. Hedman's going to have to play a lot of minutes. That's going to be big. And yeah, I could see that one going either way, but I'm going to go Tampa with the upset. Boston, Toronto. Seen this one a couple times. I'd love to say Boston, I really would, but I do think Toronto beats them this year. I don't trust Boston's lack of centers. And I think playoff centers are important. And another one of Boston's big strengths is they got 2 elite goalies. And I feel like having 2 elite goalies, I mean, if one gets hurt, it's obviously a plus, but I don't know if that necessarily is as big of an advantage in the playoffs where it's a lot less games than an 82-game regular season. But goaltending's a bit of a question mark for Toronto, so we'll see if that holds up. But I do think they'll overcome their big brother in Boston there that's beat them so many times. Rangers, Capitals. I don't trust Capitals at all. They barely squeaked in. Rangers are an elite team, won the President's Trophy. I got them comfortably. Carolina Islanders, these guys also played last year. Carolina got it done in 6. I mean, yeah, Carolina's a juggernaut. I'm going to go 7 with this one. I'm going to go 7, 5, and 6. Back to the West. Dallas, Colorado. It's a good series. I think this is where the lack of Colorado's depth is going to hurt them. I project them to just squeak by Winnipeg. And then I just think Dallas's depth is going to be too much. I think they got the better goaltender by far. And I think that's going to be the difference in that one. Vancouver, Edmonton, big battle of two Canadian teams there. There'll be lots of like national eyes on that one. Vancouver's a good team. I just don't quite trust them. I mean, I think McDavid's got to get a cup at some point. I'm gonna put them on to the next round here. And then the East, Tampa, Toronto. They played last year. Great series. Toronto won in 6, but it was a tight series. It's hard. Like, I'm gonna feel like a clown if Toronto gets bounced quick here, because they always lose in the playoffs. So I don't want to be backing them. That's a losing bet over history. But I do think like I feel like this could be Toronto's year to at least make it out of the second round. I like a lot of their defense. Their top 6 is really good. They got like picked up a little more toughness and grit, which I think could help them. I don't know if I have them going all the way. We'll see, but I think they'll get this win against Tampa again. And then Rangers, Carolina. This is a crazy series. Like, these are my 2 top teams in the East. Oh, wow, this is a tough one. This one's about as 50-50 as it gets for me. I mean, Carolina's got unreal decor with Slavin, Burns, Pesci, Orlov. Just a nasty decor. Freddie Anderson's coming back for the playoffs too. And then if he's not hot, they got Kochetkov too, that I think could step in and get the job done for them potentially. Acquired Gensel at the trade deadline. He's got some playoff experience. Yeah, man, Carolina's always like sniffing around winning the East. They just had some bad breaks. I mean, it's tough to win, so this could be the year. For me, 50-50. I think the tiebreaker for me, I'm going to pick Rangers just because they're my preseason pick, but that one to me is 50-50 split, completely even. Dallas, Edmonton. I did mention, like, I think McDavid's got to win a cup at some point, so maybe this is the year. But I just think, man, Dallas is an unreal team. I think their depth is going to play a key factor again. I think their depth is a lot better than Edmonton's. Edmonton always has a question mark at goaltender. Dallas does not. They got an elite guy. And I think in playoffs, goaltending is important. I think that's what gets the job done there. Rangers, Leafs. I'm going Rangers here. No way I can trust the Leafs in that one. Rangers got like one of the top goalies. Leafs do not. Adam Fox, one of the best defensemen. I think he's underrated. And up front, they got some toughness. I guess Leafs did bring in some toughness too, but I got the Rangers getting it done. I think they're just a better team top to bottom. Dallas Rangers is my finals. And I'm going to go Dallas again on this one. It's tough. I could see either team win that series, but I just think all the things I said about Dallas applies here again.